Good morning to day 4. We are at the Lizard, right passing the toilets here. The Lizard lighthouse is behind me, and we're gonna drop down to the point, and feels like a gale force wind out here, but we're dropping down a little bit, so it shouldn't be too bad. But the sea already looks epic. We've seen rainbows this morning, which I didn't unfortunately get on camera because it was while I was driving. Rain showers, and I was up at 5:30 to try and get some get the sunrise. We didn't get much of that, but man, look at the sea behind me. Just beautiful morning. So we're gonna drop down and go have a look at just how epic this is. So we're a little protected, thankfully. Oh my gosh, come around the corner! I don't know that I can actually film down here. The wind is so rough. Having a hard time holding it still. Whether or not you can hear me is a completely different matter. Hopefully I can get some footage down below just of the waves, but man, what an epic place to be. Holy crap. Alright, we're gonna go down. I'm about to lose my hat. Holy moly! Yeah, as soon as you go around that corner, I didn't want to go too far because it's an unstable cliff, and in this wind it just doesn't seem worth it. But oh my gosh, this place literally taking my breath away. So we're gonna head up to the car. We're gonna check out the lighthouse, and then we're gonna go to Kynance Cove, and hopefully that's a little bit better protected than where we're at right now. Wow. So I just learned on the sign back here, it's a good spot for wildlife watching, which I did know. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see much today, but it is actually Lizard Point, or Dinner is actually England's most southern point. So we've been to the most southern point in the UK. Now we just got to go to the most northern, eastern, and western points. All right, let's go check out this lighthouse. Alright, this is kind of cool. I was wondering why they just picked Suffolk, but it's actually the distances of these different lighthouses. So we got Suffolk, Northumberland, Isles of Scilly, with the Scilly Police, and we have another one around here, Sark Lighthouse of the Channel Islands. That's pretty cool. So one cool fact that I didn't know, I thought they were pretty much obsolete, was that even with DGPS, which I believe is digital GPS, lighthouses are actually still in use today. And I'm guessing that's because, you know, it's a possibility that, you know, GPS can fail or things can change, but the light is always going to warn of those rocks there. So we're below the lighthouse. I don't think we can get any closer, but it's actually running right now. Oh, we're too early for the Heritage Centre to be open, which is a shame, but the benefits of being too early for stuff to be open is it means there's nobody else here. We've pretty much got the beach, cliff tops to ourselves. Oh, wow, what a great experience. Definitely recommend, another one on the must-do list. Alright, on to Kynance Cove, which was probably the #1 recommended place that people told me to go visit while I was in Cornwall, so that's where we're headed next. Alright, we're here, Kynance Cove. It was a 2-minute drive down the road, and this place can get extremely busy. So I'm glad we're here really early. There's like one other car in the parking lot. We're taking the high tide route. I think it's high tide right now. It looked like it from what I could see. So maybe by the time we get down to the beach, it will have started going out, but there's zero cell phone service out here, so I don't know when the tide is actually out and when it's not, so I can't even check. But we're gonna take the high tide route for now and check out the cove. But man, views are already incredible. Wow. Oh my gosh, this, like, I am running out of words. I did that in the Lake District. Ran out of words because of just how stunning it was, but every time I come around the corner I see something just that much more spectacular. No wonder this is on everybody's list of come see places, and like I said earlier, I have this place all to myself. And while the weather is difficult to film and hasn't been the greatest, at the same time, that kind of weather makes these places that much more spectacular and more rugged, and just I'm out of words. A little sad to leave this behind, honestly, and I would really like to be able to see this at low tide. We'll just have to save it for another day because it's going to be another 6 hours before that goes out enough, and as much as I want to see it, there's other stuff I want to see as well. So anyway, goodbye to Kynance Cove. Absolutely stunning. So glad to have it for myself. Definitely another one to put on your list to check out. So glad we did the high tide route, and that's the way we're going back. There is actually a cafe here too. Don't know if it's currently open, but oh my gosh, definitely worth checking out. I'm trying to come up with words about how I feel right now. I was getting really struggling with the lack of, or the weather and the lack of ability to get out for the first day, and then fighting with the rain on the second. But today has definitely brought me a sense of calm, I guess, even if the wind isn't. And just so glad to have had the opportunity to get out while this weather is like it is. All feels worth it in the end. Side, which is producing epic rainbow, which you might be able to see, until I realized that wall of water is coming right towards us. So we ran. Just starting to feel the first sprinklings here. Woo! Ooh, that could not have been better timing. Alright, stop 3. We are at Rincey Head, just south of the town of Rincey, or hamlet, I guess, of Rincey. We're walking around to Trewavas Head. This place is very, very well known for tin and copper mining. And we're just coming up, it's called the Prosper Mine, or the Trewavas Prosper, which is an extension of another mine further back there. And there was a building on the head, which I'll put up, show you that one, which was kind of, I think they called the count house, which is where they did all the counting of basically the accounting buildings. So we're gonna walk out to the end here, and then hopefully by the time we get back, we can go down to the beach and the tide will be out enough by then. So that's a thought anyway. So this is Wheel Prosper, this mine. It was an extension of Wheel Trewavas, which is 800 meters to the east, which would be that way, actually, not that way. So hopefully we'll go check that out. And, but this is pretty impressive that this is still all here at this point. So, and I think it quit operating in 1866. Just behind us, we got Chivalrous Cliff. Now, compared to everything else I've seen so far, including Princey Cliff, not as impressive, but it's still pretty cool, worth the walk. Parking's free, National Trust as well, but there's no charge for parking even if you're not a member. Anyway, the coolest thing that I saw was the cave that's underneath the count house. And I do think you could probably get to it at low tide, which it currently isn't. Well guys, that does it for the southern peninsula of Cornwall and for this episode. So thanks for joining me, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week as we explore the western peninsula. See you guys later.